Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Gen Z Talk. It's been a long time, I know, but there were lots of things going on, and I promised myself in this new year I'll be more regular. So I started, and I thought, well, who's better guest to invite than my own twin sister? Because I've shared life with her for the past 20 years, almost 21, and it's been quite a journey. And I would like to see what she has to say about stuff going on in her life. So this is my twin sister Jessica. I'll allow her to introduce herself. I'm not going to introduce. So you tell a little bit about yourself and what you're doing right now.
Hi, I'm Jessica and I'm 21 years old.
That was such a basic introduction.
I'm about to finish my second year of medicine. I'm going to enter third year soon, like in a month's time. I'll be having my final exams in two weeks' time. Yeah, so that's where I'm at.
That's nice. Nothing else? Something cool about you? Something
Nothing.
quirky?
I'm a very boring person. Introverted.
Homebody?
Yes. I like to go to college and come back home.
Okay, that's it. I was expecting something more interesting. It's very...
I like spending time with my family and my dog and my friends at college. We have a good time. I like learning new stuff, looking at different things. That's it. And love spending time with animals.
That's very nice.
I love reading also.
Yeah, that's one thing that's different from you and me. You like reading?
Yeah, I read. If I get into it, I really read.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so since I think if most of you don't know,
I feel so awkward talking to your own twin sister in a very formal way.
No, we grew up as identical twin sisters. So when we were children, we looked exactly the same. People say we look identical now. I'll leave that up for you to decide. But I'll ask you. So how was it growing up being a twin? What was your experience?
It was really fun. It was like having a sibling only, not going to be anything drastically different, except that there's a sibling who's the same age as you and who kind of is, if you're in the same age, then you're interested in all the similar stuff, that kind of thing. And we were identical, so we grew up together. We were
There's 1 minute difference between us, so when you're interested.
She's a minute older to me, and apart from that, nothing else. It was really fun. 3 of us, including my brother, my older brother, we 3 used to have a lot of fun when we were kids. We used to mostly bully my poor brother, but apart from that, it was really fun.
People used to get confused when we were young.
It was like a question.
Every other person would ask, what was the most common question?
Who's Jessica? Who's Janita?
Who's Jessica? Who's Janita?
How do you differentiate amongst yourselves?
That was a dumb question. How do you differentiate?
I know who I am.
But I don't think we pulled any tricks and all, no?
No, we didn't pull any tricks. We were very good children.
Hey, you can't say that. Somebody else has to say that about us.
No, we didn't do anything drastically naughty. We just used to exchange photos sometimes if we were running short of our own photos, 5D cards and stuff, and nobody would even know.
But who is the more responsible twin? I would like to think that I'm the more responsible.
I feel like initially it was you.
Initially?
But now it's become me.
Oh wow.
Because you've you've become into this more fun person than me right now.
I don't think so.
I
think you're just more busy because you're doing medicine and stuff. But okay, so just tell, how did you choose the career which you're doing right now?
It's a very long story.
I think it's a good story. You should say that.
No, I think it was God's plan all along. We used to go to a French class during our 10th grade, and she had a pamphlet for a medical entrance exam coaching class. We didn't have any idea what to do after 10th standard, but we knew that we wanted to do science. And she just gave it randomly to me, saying, "See, you're interested." And I feel like you were very interested in doing medicine. And when she gave the pamphlet to me, I was like, okay, I think even I should just do it with Janita. I think it's a twin thing, just doing the same thing, because we didn't have any sense of individuality.
I had a sense. I think I was...
That time we didn't, I think.
Okay,
so I just followed Janita's footsteps, and in our relationship at least, I always used to look up to Janita. I used to follow her lead, whatever she does, I'll just do it. And I'll always, I trust her for the big decisions. So I just followed her in her, she was a she had a big dream to like pursue medicine. So I thought, okay, even I should do that. It will be good for us to do the same thing, and so I followed it. And then that's how I kind of ended up here. Even though I threatened to give up many times during my pre-med prep, like we still just gave it thanks to Janita's incredible influence.
Yeah, I think many people don't know we were doing the same thing till 12th standard. So we were in the same class, same coaching institute for NEET, same career path. I mean, we had planned, but then I had to drop out because I was initially diagnosed with cancer in the year 2016, and then right after my NEET exam, which was like in 2021, just 1 month later, I was diagnosed with a relapse. So I had to take a gap year. So I took a gap year, but I was motivated to. I was like thinking back then that I would do medicine. But after a year, I mean, when I was still in treatment, I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, let me just give this biotech a shot. My brother was there; he had applied for me, and I just went. And I think there's no looking back after that. And she was stuck in medicine.
Yeah, no, not that. And after like giving our medical entrance exam, it was very weird. We didn't feel that sense of like contentment or joy or anything. And first it did not go that great. So maybe that's why.
I didn't.
For Jen, it really, I mean,
I'm not that well also. It was
but
pretty
she did
average.
like much better than me in that
Yeah.
exam. And after her relapse, I was really confused. Like, should I even pursue it? What's the point if she's not doing it? How can I do anything alone? I was initially thinking I'll just take a gap year with her and kind of just figure things out. But she was like, you have no strength or willpower to do it again. So
I knew she wouldn't do it.
So just join it. Like, you can't wait for me. I'll join you next year. And she said I'll join you next year. So I was like, okay, she's joining me next year. And I joined it. And now I'm in it. But I'm enjoying it. I think it was God's plan.
How was the separation? Like, we were doing the same thing in the same class. From the beginning, we were in the same class. How was
We were on the same bench also.
Same bench, same friends.
And our parents used to tell the teachers to kind of separate us, but they never did. They separated the fraternal twins, but never us.
Never us.
We were the only identical twins. I don't know why.
So how did you feel separation?
It was really tough, honestly. Initially, it was very tough. Like, it feels so weird, and especially after COVID. I joined, if you did not know, I joined in 2022. So it was just when COVID was like going slowly away, and it felt so weird just going into a class of like 150 students and I was alone. And before, everything about me was we together, you know?
Yeah.
Like we together, Jen and me doing the same thing. And now I had to do everything on my own. Not that way, but like it felt very emotionally tough, honestly.
Yeah, and maybe because I was in the hospital.
Yeah, you were in the hospital and I had to like just live another life outside in college when my personal life was just going like a roller coaster. So I mean, it was just God's grace. First year was tough. First year was really tough. Like even the fact of like studying without you and having an entire friends, like how do I make friends without my sister? Because we up till then we had the same friend group as well. It was very weird initially, but it was only God like who helped like give me the strength emotionally. I think give us both the strength emotionally.
And now you're finishing second year.
Yeah, now I'm finishing second year.
You've come so far.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you just talk more about that, I mean, obviously we've been going through this for about like 8 years.
No, I think we had a gap in between, no?
Gap in between, but I mean, introduced into this cancer world.
Yeah, our lives changed.
Our lives changed, yeah. So we've been going through this for a pretty long time. How did you deal with it? It wouldn't have been easy for you, like looking at your own twin sister admitted in the hospital and going through so much when you had to live a normal life. You had to go outside. How do you deal with it?
Question. I didn't understand it initially. Like I
didn't understand.
The first time it came, I didn't understand it at all, and I feel like even our parents kind of just hid it from us or something for our own good because we were very young. We were just 13 years old. So that time I was like, why is Reena just going to the hospital? She's admitted. Like what's happening? What happened? And when I came visited you only, I realized, oh my gosh, the situation is very serious.
Yeah.
Because if y'all didn't know, she was in CMC Vellore. So she was
initially for the surgery.
Yeah, initially she was being treated there, and we lived in Mumbai. So me and my brother used to stay here, and my parents used to keep shuffling. My mom used to mostly stay with her. So over here, we didn't have any idea of like how it is, what is going on. at all. So when I came there, I was like, oh my gosh, Jen's really sick. And I didn't understand what it was. I mean, I was
I
too
think
young.
the first time you came and saw me, I was with the oxygen mask being made in for emergency surgery.
That was traumatic. I saw you and I was like, what happened? And she's struggling to breathe over there with the oxygen mask and that thing. And then from that, what an emotional move you make. She has that oximeter or whatever in her hand, okay? And there's an oxygen mask on her. And
I was going for that
and
emergency surgery.
She's with that finger, she's holding my hand and she's like, don't cry. And I'm like, Jen.
I don't think that happened. I think you were frowning and then I
Yeah,
shaped your mouth.
Yeah, you did that. And I was like, what the heck? What an emotion. And I was already like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Why is this happening to us? Because we were living such a normal life till then.
Yeah.
And like, what happened? Like, how did she become so serious and stuff like that? But I mean, I don't know how it was. I feel like we just had to go through it. We didn't have any option to like, okay, just...
And I think my auntie or something, she prepared you like before you came and saw me in ICU, remember once?
Yeah, but still,
and I had all
I feel like no words could prepare me.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't know what was happening and I just saw you normally and then I saw you like this and I was so shocked, like what happened? How did this happen? But I really, I mean that 1 week with you when you were in the HDU, high dependency unit, you were really like I've never seen you like that before.
Yeah.
You were all swollen up because of the antibiotics
bloated.
And you were so unresponsive, you know, you were in a different world only, I felt. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this the same Janita? What happened? And in that moment, you don't know what else to do. Like, what else can you even think? I was a kid, so I didn't understand. I was just...
And you missed your parents too.
I missed my parents too, and I missed us.
Yeah,
I missed us. Like, I was... Even though we were apart for so long, when I came back, I immediately connected with you. But I felt really bad, like what's happening? And I tried to like kind of bring back old memories. I remember with all your surgery tubes and all, we used to watch a show called Best of Luck Nikki.
Yeah.
So I was trying to put that videos and like be like...
I just remember I couldn't laugh because my stomach
and you were like, don't make me laugh, and you were like, just try to...
I was doing this weird alien laugh.
Yeah. So that, but like that time it was really, I mean I was a kid, so I never really felt anything.
Yeah. Never really felt anything, and I mean I think it was just God who carried us through then. And then I think coming back, chemo and all of that was a different challenge altogether.
Yeah.
That was really different. I mean, initially in turn 16, I remember you used to go, we had talked to the school or something, the revision test papers, you used to go and get it, and I used to solve it at home. And that entire year, like from beginning to 8th standard to the end of 8th standard, I didn't attend a single day of school. But somehow I was giving my that unit test in between. Jessica, I mean, they had spoken, so I used to give it from home. But the final exam I had to write because that was like the final exam to go to the next grade. And I didn't want to miss that year. And so Jessica, in 2 weeks, she prepared me. She was teaching me everything.
Yeah. I used to make post-its of your to-do list and stick it on the fridge. And one of the to-do list items would be like, take bath.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, okay, solve this many problems. And literally I'll come back home from school at 3 o'clock and I'll be like, Jen, did you finish all this?
I'll be like, eaten food.
Yeah,
I remember. And somehow she taught me, and I think at the end of the day it's God, but it's also like you taught me and I was able to score 75%. I mean, that shows how smart she is.
No. You're always smarter than me.
She helped me and I was able to do that exam and I passed and went on to the next grade.
Which was a really 8th standard, Janita.
What do you expect? Still 8th standard is big, okay? We went to the next grade. I remember after the relapse thing, then it was a little bit more serious because we were more aware of the situation.
And we were what, 18?
18, yeah.
So we understood everything. Like 18 and all is when the age when you're like almost an adult. Start driving. And you're almost an adult. So you realize that your personality begins to develop. All of that happens. Like you are not a kid anymore. You're kind of maturing. So that was really tough.
That was really tough, yeah. And I think no one expected that, especially after NEET. We had prepared ourselves mentally that we are going to be separated, as in we might get into different colleges. So we were okay with that. But then me going to the hospital as a patient again, and she was confused in life what she has to do. So that situation was
I felt like I was living in imposter syndrome. I don't know whether it's the right phrase. But
maybe because you were going outside. I was just going to the
not that. I was doing medicine and it was your dream. It was not even like I was not so passionate about it as you were.
Yeah.
And you are going through heartbreak, and I'm going here, and I'm like just trying to figure out what is happening.
No, I feel like that moment, especially like when, I don't know whether you know, but when somebody says that you can't do something or you have to wait for some time to get, that's when you want to do it even more, and that's when you feel like, oh, something has been taken away from me. So I felt like that. I was really like, what has happened? My dream is gone, and I have to go to the hospital. I don't know when my treatment is going to end, and we had to do it, and that was really scary. And somewhat, I mean, I don't think you compare yourself, but you look at your other siblings. Obvious, I mean, it's just
very
easy.
natural.
You look at them and you're like, okay, see, that one's doing well, this one's doing well.
They see exactly what even I was
Why
feeling.
me?
I was like, why her?
Yeah.
Why her? Why not? Like, not why not, but
Not.
like, why her? Why is she getting all of this?
You almost felt guilty, kind of.
Felt guilty and felt frustrated, honestly. I was really upset.
Yeah,
The second time, at least, I really struggled a lot with it.
Very dark times. I mean, I remember that few months of the year was just so depressing. Each one of us would go to our own corner and we would be so depressed. I mean, not like everything's fine now and we're like, okay, see, we came out of it, don't
and
worry.
we're going to go through it again and everything's going to be fine. It's not like a fever, okay?
No.
Sometimes people also think this whole cancer thing is like a fever. Take a paracetamol, go through this, that, and it's done.
Okay,
Fine.
that is a different point.
I mean, yeah.
That is a different point. I'm saying that we are not here like, okay, things might get better, okay? It doesn't happen for everyone.
But things might get worse.
Things might get worse. There might not be an end to your problem.
And I felt like us studying pre-med didn't help. Because we studied a lot about stuff related and we understood the disease and we were researching about it and we felt even more like, you know, like...
Yeah, that no, and I'm trying to say that if for anyone listening and you feel like, okay, I'll be happy when things get better, when I get out of it. It's a lie. Don't do that, because I'm telling you, then you'll be unhappy your whole life. I think I read this quote somewhere that you can't wait for life to get better to stop being unhappy.
That is so true. Oh my gosh. Like, we felt like we gave up everything for NEET. And we didn't enjoy ourselves. We didn't let ourselves to like just be present in the moment. Like COVID-19 lockdown, everybody was just having fun. We were just so stressed about this and that and studies. And you know, online pre-med is not really a great option, especially when 12th standard.
Yeah.
But it was really horrible. Like, we didn't go for any wedding. We didn't go for anything. And we just used to stress ourselves so much. And we used to think, okay, after this NEET exam, our life will be amazing. We'll go to college. We used to even college, like, shop and all that, no?
Yeah, we shopped the kurtis and all that.
And then after NEET, when this happened, I was like, wow.
What a turn of events.
Be happy in every moment, no matter what. Like,
and even now I find after NEET, like, and after we moved on, I'll join college and things still are like not like up to the, it's not perfect. I mean, life is challenging for everyone. I'm still going through treatment. I'm in active treatment. I mean, I don't look like I'm going through, but it is a thing. We have scans very often and everything. And sometimes I feel like, okay, once this report comes out well and once I'm out of treatment, then I'll be happy and stuff. But it's all a lie. Don't wait for things to get better.
Don't wait for something to happen in your life for it to get better.
Yeah,
enjoy it every day. Cherish every day.
And it's hard. I understand it's completely hard. I mean, last year was so tough for me. I think that's one of the reasons I went off for a break, because I had this last podcast in September, I think September, and then October, November flew by. December I didn't have a great scan, and then I had to go through some treatment, and I was having few challenges then. And then I was just like going through like one of those phases, like, okay, why is this happening to me? Why do I have to work 10 times harder for something a normal person gets? I think that's what, even I had to compare myself with you when I was comparing. I mean, I didn't have to compare, but that was an automatic thought which came like, everybody gets things so easily, but I have to work 10 times harder for just a simple thing, just to exist normally. Others probably don't think about going to the hospital every other day.
See, everybody has a different cross.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
So that was hard, like getting over that mindset. That self-pity mindset is, you should never get that mindset. You should just, okay, it comes, but then you need to find your anchor in God and with the right set of people. Don't let the negative voices go in your head. Do you have anything to add to that?
On how to deal with
how to deal with hard times. I mean, I can't say that only I've been going through a hard time. My family's been going through it with me. So I think the family plays an equally important part.
See, you need to deal with your emotions. That's the number one step, and you need to process it. So processing it may look like different for everyone. Like I usually just like to think about it myself. Unless you process it and understand that this is your reality, this is not like something which is like you accept it that okay, this is what's happening in my life, and then you just turn to the right sources. Like for me, my faith is very important. So trust in God, because apart from that, I really don't have. I mean, I feel like we don't have anybody like so close to us like we can confide to. And somebody who's so trustworthy and understanding for me at least is just Jesus, God. So that is the right source. Like listening to even, for me at least, dealing with it personally, listening to music. That's been a great source of therapy for me. I don't know what it is, but listening to good, uplifting Christian music, and sometimes even bands like Switchfoot, you heard, I don't know.
No, I think you listen to a mix of all bands, but like
Switchfoot is like
not like depressing music, right?
It gives you. It's a. By the way, it's a Christian rock band.
No, but do you listen to like blues when you're feeling blue?
No.
Then you'll feel even more blue.
No, I don't listen to blues, but I listen to music like if anybody listens to Switchfoot or Need to Breathe will understand that their lyrics really resonate with me sometimes, and it's all gospel and like it helps me. Like if you listen to stuff which is even more depressing when you are, and sometimes even what helped me deal with it first was music. First was God, then was music, and the third one is sometimes just getting off social media.
That's very important. You compare your lives with others.
Especially when you're going through such personal turmoil in your life, is what I would like to call it. Seeing others enjoy or seem to enjoy, I'm sure they might be having their own challenges, seem to enjoy their life doesn't help at all. It's like, what did I say that? Adding salt to a wound?
Pepper,
Okay. Pepper or salt. Basically just aggravating the situation.
Yeah.
So that really doesn't help. So I really use that, and I feel like I'm also right people. The fourth one is right people. So I have a one close friend we have who really helps us through situations, and also my family and my sister, my parents also. But
my brother also.
My parents, my brother, like we just deal with it
together.
My dog.
We can line things up.
We deal with it together. Like we don't.
I mean, you have a bad day. You cry it out.
Bad days. Even they have bad days.
Yeah, cry it out. Share how you feel.
Yeah.
If you isolate yourself, you'll just feel worse. I mean, I've tried that. I mean, sometimes I just go and I cried myself to sleep, and then I'm like, oh shucks, this didn't help. But sometimes I'll just be talking to my parents and I suddenly start crying.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we have family prayers at
wow,
night.
I feel so good.
So during family prayers, like sometimes we discuss small things like even what are you grateful for. That helps, you know. That realizes that makes.
And if you don't have anybody and if you're alone in your family, I mean, find the right kind of people. There are people out there, I mean, who will uplift you. I mean, I recently watched this movie, 12th Fail. I think it's trending. That guy Manoj, main character, what a set of support system he had. I mean, you've not seen, you should watch it. I was crying with the end of the movie. You need a support system.
Yeah, you need a support system.
For anything you're going through. I mean, find the right kind of people, the right mentors who can mentor you and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not been all depressing after the relapse or when I'm sick. I mean, we've had pretty fun times also. I will insert some fun pictures of Jessica and me in the hospital. I mean, I'm very particular in this way that I'm comfortable with my mom in the hospital with me. And then second, is my sister.
Second or third? Appa or me?
Sister. Second, my sister, and then...
At least I come second.
I love my dad also, but I think my mom handles the hospital better. I mean, it's a big hospital, it's crowded. You need to learn to navigate your way through and stuff like that. So she just handles me. But I trust my sister after that. So that's a big thing. I mean,
thank you for that.
I don't give it to everyone.
I feel really honored. So many days we used to, like, after my college, on Friday evenings, I would go to the hospital and like give my mom a break if she's admitted for chemo or something. And I would stay with her over the weekend. Yeah. It would be freezing cold there, but somehow.
And I think funny incidents have happened. I mean, sometimes I'll be on the wheelchair and then I'll go inside with my mom to see the doctor. And then some other doctor would be walking by. My sister will sit on the wheelchair to hold the wheelchair.
Because otherwise somebody will take it away. Yeah. So, like, to reserve it for her.
And to reserve it till I come back from the inside the room. So then the doctor was like, we are identical. So he'll be like,
hi Janita, how are you? Then I'm like, I'm good, doctor. I've done that. If that counts as a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, so hard to explain yourself,
I
right?
felt really struggle. Even last year, I feel like
Unless like when I lost my hair August, it was like August, but when I had my hair and for stuff like that, it was like pretty, they get really confused. Some of them didn't know you exist. They were like, oh my gosh, I thought I was saying double. Who is this?
yeah.
Like my twin sister. Yeah, I think these were the right things. Like, just find your people, find a good support system. If you believe in God, I think that is the best thing that can take you through anything. That's what you need to have faith. And yeah, now I feel like we're in a much better place mentally. I'm enjoying my college, she's enjoying. We finally have a different identity. We always had the same.
The question is, are we enjoying it?
Are we enjoying our separate lives?
Yes.
It's good. They separated us. Otherwise, we would have been those creepy twins.
Honestly, it was good for us.
Yeah.
I felt like, not creepy twins, there's no such thing as creepy twins, but I feel like we would have become two identical. God has a separate individual plan for both of us.
Yeah, and just find our identity. Otherwise, we're too dependent on each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's move on from this question. And then I think since I'm not doing medicine now, how is it like being in medical school? You've got dead bodies and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty intense, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, first year was a little intense, but I really enjoyed second year. I really enjoyed second year.
Yeah, you're finishing it right now.
Yeah, I'm finishing it. Like, really cool
I
experience.
really don't know about how you did it. Like, I mean, so many stressful moments have been there during your this thing. I mean, you would have exams or something the next day, and then we would get a bad scan report.
So something about this was like in first year, I think I had some test going on or something, and I'd keep getting these updates on our WhatsApp group because mom and Jen will be in hospital and like what's happening further, like that kind of thing. And suddenly one message came. It was like lunch break or something. We may have to go to Barcelona, and I was like, what? What's happening? Are they going to watch FIFA or something? I don't know if FIFA happens there. I was like, and then I called her, and she's like, no, some kind of treatment then, but it didn't end up happening. Something in Barcelona. I was like, and in that moment I was like, God, what are you doing, God?
Yeah.
Like, is this really? Because so many times, I mean, there would be something else only happening in college. Like everybody else is excited about test or something, or just like finishing exams.
Yeah.
But in my head, there were so many more serious scenarios happening and serious kind of decisions, and it felt very tough, balancing two worlds. Like it was so different. It was only God.
I think one more thing I want to add on is I always wanted to ask you. Obviously, it's cancer. It's something serious, and you've seen me so many times. Not only bald, but you've seen me worse than that also. Like I had an open wound. I had pipes and all. Were you scared that anything's gonna happen? Like how do you deal with those fears? I had my own fears. Like now also I have my own fears. But how did you deal with it? Like did it ever occur to you?
Yeah, it happened a lot. I was afraid a lot. And I feel like it worsened my, anxiety, which I already had. It's like really stressful. Like,
yeah,
sometimes you get very negative and dark thoughts come in your head. The only way to deal with it is like how we discussed before, process it, and like it is very natural to have such thoughts in your head. It's not like a joke we're going through. It's like a serious thing. But in those kind of moments, I can only look back and think about how faithful God has been in the past.
Yeah.
And if He has been faithful in the past, and if He has not let us down in the past, He will not let us down now.
Yeah.
It's very easy to talk about it now, like, wow, I'm just trusting God, all of that. But that's the truth. That's honestly the truth. It is a journey of emotions. You will have bad days. It's not like a straight linear graph. It goes up and down. But the only way, like looking back, I dealt with those kind of emotions or thoughts is just looking back and seeing what God has done in the past and trusting Him for the future. Life is uncertain for anybody, not alone somebody with, I mean, I know you kind of differ in this, but it is very uncertain.
It's very uncertain, but
people are going through crazy things right now in the world. You go through the newspaper, you will realize. So it doesn't mean that, if this is a diagnosis, that this is how it's going to end. God has a plan and He will fulfill it no matter what. We can't limit Him to something.
Yeah, we can't limit Him. Yeah, that's there, obviously. And life is uncertain and stuff. But I think Yasmin and me talked about it in the last episode. We were like, not everybody thinks about death every day. Waking up and thinking, okay, I don't know what's going to happen today. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, not like that way, like a car crash or something. Like with ourselves, our own bodies. We are pretty young, and you're thinking about death all the time. That's not normal, right?
Yeah, that is not normal. But I don't know how to answer it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's hard. I think God gives you the strength, and you need to, first of all, not be anxious about anything. I think the moment
Live
you
in
think,
the moment.
yeah, the moment you start to think, okay, this might happen, that might
Yeah.
happen, and you give up, that's the moment you lose everything.
Yeah, live in the moment and just think about today.
Yeah.
I feel like the space we're at right now is just taking it one step at a time.
Yeah.
As a family, we're not having a full set plan goal for 2024. We're just literally taking it one day at a time. And we'll go. That's how we've been going through like the last 3 years since we relapsed.
Yeah, not 3 years.
3 years since
Almost
we
3 years.
Almost 3 years since we relapsed. And that's the only thing we can do.
Yeah, that's very well said. I mean, don't give up also. Like, I feel like our generation gives up easily. Something small happens and you're like, okay, my life is over. I think I should just stop everything. Nobody cares and stuff like that. But life is so much more than that. You don't know what might happen. You can defy the odds. Don't believe a statistic. That is one of the biggest things. Somebody says, okay, you have only 0.2 chance of getting through this or doing that. What about
Nothing is impossible.
Yeah, nothing is impossible. Why are you limiting yourself? And why are you feeling like everything's over? And like how we discussed, like don't wait for things to get better for you. Start enjoying life now. Why do you want to waste half your life? Before you know it, you'll be gone, and you could have said, okay, I just wasted my life away then. So don't be like that. Yeah, that's a very
So
good
how,
point.
like, can I ask you a question?
I mean,
Because you've been asking me the questions
this
the
is-
entire time.
This is my podcast. I'm supposed to ask questions, but okay, go ahead.
The question I want to ask you is, what are your hopes for the future?
Hey,
Slash
that I
dreams.
answered last episode.
I know,
itself.
but I want to know now. That was last September. Now it's Jan.
You just said it. I'm living one day at a time, not thinking too much about
No,
the
but
future.
you know,
I don't
she's
have,
actually graduating earlier than me. Way earlier than me. This is your final year.
not yet. I mean,
Yeah, it's almost
I'm
No,
in my
but-
second year. I'll be entering my final year. but
Even though you took a gap year of finishing faster than me, how does it feel? What are your plans?
scary,
Scary.
scary. I was just telling her that we are now this year turning 21, and I was like, oh my gosh, today it sounds scary.
Sounds serious.
It sounds serious and scary. Like, okay, I'm an adult now. I can't mess up anymore.
I can't imagine going back to 13 though.
Can't imagine going back to 13, but things are simpler then, you know. I mean, we're talking like old people, but I mean, that's how I feel. I don't have a plan. I mean, I don't have 5-year plan, 1-year plan, 10-year plan. I actually don't believe in all of that. Just live each day. Things which are supposed to happen will happen.
You need to work for it.
You need to work for it. Don't give up. Don't stop doing what you're doing. But whatever is supposed to happen will happen. Have a hope. Have a dream. If it's according to God's will, then it will happen. If it doesn't happen, then maybe something else is in store for you. So that's what I'm going by right now. I would ask you, what's your hope for your future, and what are some nuggets you want to leave our listeners with?
I have long time to graduate.
Okay.
So that, and I mean,
What does that have to do with your hope for the future?
Yeah, my hope for the future is to maybe do something which I enjoy, find something I really love to do.
That's your hope?
Yeah, my hope for the future, and I hope to become better at what I do,
Okay.
improve
Interesting.
myself.
I am taking mental notes of whatever you're saying. I will follow up on that.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And I mean, just make more memories.
Yeah. Great memories. I mean, that's an excellent point. We didn't cover that. Our family right now focuses only on creating memories. I mean, even if it's going to Jama or just doing something.
What's Jama?
Jama is a chaat place here, so that's really good. Or some restaurant, whatever. I mean, whatever brings you joy, do things that create memories. Don't wait for some time.
I want to make more memories.
Yeah.
And find something I love to do. That, I mean, in medicine.
Oh, that way. Okay.
Also.
Yeah.
Not something I like to do medicine. Just find something specific
particular,
in medicine.
Hmm.
And I mean,
Some nuggets you want to leave our listeners with?
yeah, basically or something.
Whatever
I
you
don't
said.
know. I'm just a very ordinary person. I don't have anything
Okay,
special.
I think we can summarize what we just spoke then. It was just, what was it?
First one was
Don't waste your time thinking, okay, once this gets better,
Yeah,
the
that.
situation gets better, then I'll start living. Start living now.
yeah, and secondly was also finding the right
So support system.
And
First in God and then in your family.
yeah, the right source.
Or the
Family,
people.
friends, anybody,
Yeah.
and also making memories. The importance of making memories.
Yep.
And not, don't take anything too seriously, just
Oh my gosh, I think this is a twin telepathy thing. I was thinking same thing. Don't be so serious in life.
don't take things so seriously or personally. Just, everything is not, nobody's planning stuff against you. Nobody's going to, sometimes we just get so bothered by what other people think of us, what other people are, how do we fit in?
Yeah.
All of that. Don't worry about that. Just be you. You will find your own set of people. You will find your own thing
Exactly.
which you enjoy.
Especially to the Gen Z people.
Wow. Yeah, we are 40-year-old aunties just giving advice.
I'm Gen Z.
Yeah.
Clarifying, I'm Gen Z, please.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to be you. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I had a nice time talking to you. Thanks for going. We had this long time plan that we'll do it, and we did it, and I'm so glad that you
I
came
hope
and did.
people really resonate/enjoy.
Or yeah, it could go two ways. Either they could think we were good and we spoke what our heart says, or they might think we're very dumb.
Yeah.
But I'm leaving it to you guys to decide how it was. Peace out, and this cool dab thing they do. Ducha.
I don't know if that's great,
Jessica, do the dab thing. Yeah. Bye.
I don't like it, Jen.
It was nice, very nice.
Okay.